All right, guys, we're at Afterthought. You excited?
Yes, very much so.
I've never been here before. Christina?
Excited!
First time. First time? First time for everybody. There's Kirk, everybody.
Welcome to Afterthought. My name is Billy again. We are a really tiny, we're one of, if not probably, the smallest brewery in the state. We have this location, which has been here for about 5 months now. We specialize in Belgian and French style ales. So everything is going to have 4 common threads. It's going to be highly carbonated, very dry, low alcohol, between like 3 and 5, sometimes like 5.5%. But we like to keep it real low. And then most things are going to have kind of a lemonade tartness to it. Nothing too crazy, just kind of a refreshing acidity. We have something fruit. Those tend to be a little bit more tart than other beers. And then some of our hoppy stuff is where you'll see a little bit lower acidity. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, everybody. Hey. We're finishing up at Afterthought, Jim.
Amazing.
What'd you think?
Amazing. The way that they're brewing is amazing. I love that they have, what's his name? The Happy Accidents.
Oh, okay, yeah. A couple of happy accidents.
Yeah, great beers.
Bob Ross.
Yeah, Bob Ross.
Yeah.
The Bob Ross way of brewing, but great beers. I love the Saison. They're doing it right. Definitely a place to come to.
All right. We just finished up our first tasting on the Chicagoland Brews cruise. This is Kirk. Kirk owns the whole situation, that van there, and also runs all of the tours, and it's an awesome idea. Kirk, can you just explain real quick what you're doing here?
So basically what we're trying to do is bring more people to understand and see the various, the great craft beverage scene that's here in the western suburbs. So that's what we're doing. So each of our tours, we have regular scheduled tours, visits 3 breweries. And you can find those on our website. And in addition to that, we do private tours. So if you've got an employee group or bachelorette party, whatever that may be, we'll customize it and hit some of those breweries that you want to see or haven't been to. So about 80% of our folks actually have not been to the breweries that are on our tour. So it is people trying to experience and get to new places. And I mean, it just started out of my love for what's happening here in the western suburbs with the craft beverage industry.
Oh, it's blown up out here. Yeah. And as a practical thing with the cruise, you get your own designated driver all night, which is just fantastic.
Unfortunately for Todd.
Unfortunately for Todd, the driver, yes. Yeah, it's a great idea. It's an awesome way to get to a different section of the Midwest suburbs, especially, or the western suburbs here, and try some of these new breweries that are popping up, which seem like every week there's a new one popping up. So
it's always something new.
So let's get to the next brewery. What's the next one?
We're going to more.
More brewing. What's the website again?
Oh, my website is brewscruise.com/Chicagoland.
Chicagoland. So get over there, book your spots, and we'll see each other on some of these tours. All right, boys, we're at More Brewing. More's been a staple of FOBAB since their inception, with Sean Burns winning a bunch of awards, right? You guys, talk about how More has kind of shaped the FOBAB experience.
You're a must stop. You must try whatever they put out, right?
Yeah, there have been. You know what's cool about More is like whether it's fruited beers or barrel aged or stouts or edgers, like they always seem to be like out on the front edge of things. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yes.
Where they're kind of leading the way with trends or flavors, pushing the envelope a little bit. And I think that's why people gravitate towards them, especially like the big nerds. Like they want to see what's next. and what the next, what all the breweries are going to follow, where the trends are going to go.
We're coming to our last stop here at Elmhurst Brewing, a place we are very familiar with.
They do so many different styles. I hope we go light to dark.
Yeah.
Like previous breweries where we get a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Fool's Gold being the vanilla stout or the, what is it called?
Well,
It's
a white stout.
white stout. Yeah. You know what I'm kind of hoping for is like is a big boy stout.
I'm
like
hoping
a
Smooth Jammies coming up here.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was gonna say. Like, because it is barrel season.
Right.
We have the Smooth Jammies videos. Go check those out.
Yeah.
But that's just one we always look forward to because Cam the brewer is so creative with those beers.
Brian,
Yeah, what?
are you excited?
Man, we love Fraser and Cam. Those guys are the best.
Yeah.
We've had the opportunity to come here a bunch of times. We've seen them at Bug a bunch, had some great conversations, great talk about beer
Yep.
and what goes into it, and kind of like their backgrounds and stuff.
Yep.
And how much hard work and thought they put into stuff, and it really shows.
So we're at our last stop at Elmhurst Brewing. We're going to talk about Chicagoland Brews Cruise and why it's so fun.
I really like this tour because of the hospitality and the little extras we're getting here. I think it's really fun that we're at Afterthought and they're giving really cool explanations of all the beer and their process. And these other places, they're curating these flights for us and they're explaining like the process, and we get to see a little bit behind the scenes. So I think it's a nice added bonus besides just going to a place and grabbing some beers.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool because it can give you an opportunity to try things that you haven't tried before from a beer perspective as well as the brewery perspective. And like Bill was saying, it gives you some extra access to potentially brewers, people who actually put their hands in the grain, and can give you a little more detail on how things come together and how things work.
For me, number one, I'm not driving. Number two, great people. We had trivia on the bus. They're very personable. They really bring you into the experience of going to different breweries. I just had a great time hanging out with people that I would consider now my friends.
I would agree with the driving thing, no driving. It was fun. And plus I tried a lot of things that I normally would never have tried before.
I learned a lot of new things today, especially at Afterthought with all their beer and the way they do things. That was something different. Highly recommended.
There you go. And to kind of close it out, everyone said everything I wanted to, but a really great thing is that you kind of don't have to worry about ordering. You just show up, you're driven to your place, you get out of the bus, walk to your table, which is reserved, and then your flights just show up. And then the person comes over and tells you what you're drinking. So it's a really great thing. And this is your driver. That does it for Chicagoland Brews Cruise here with Midwest Brewer Review. Guys, remember, it's just beer.
But it's pretty damn good.